just a reminder before we get into it, um, hit the follow button for me, please. We gotta continue to grow so we can get really popping and we can get you know we can make some amazing things happen. All right, let's get into it. Is a woman obligated to give up the cheeks if you fly her out?
I have a question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
If a man flies you out, are you obligated to fuck him?
Ooh.
Good question.
We can start from here.
No, if I don't feel like, I won't, because my body, it's my temple. And
Your body's your temple. Were you thinking about that when you accepted the offer to get flown out?
well, I give him my time, my energy.
But he
my
gave you his
presence.
money and his time.
This is a fair exchange, I feel.
How is it fair? If he flew you out and he spent his money and his time and he entertained you, paid for your
His
dates while you were there,
time.
the least you could do is give him some pussy.
No. Because my time as a woman, it's more valued and
It's
pressure.
more valuable than the hard time and
How old
effort.
are
and
you
hard work.
again?
I'm 29. Oh, actually, I
I'm
just turned 30.
Okay, you're 30, I'm 26. When I reach 30, I'm not the same, like, valued.
Well,
on the
niggas don't want you when you're
bright
30.
market. Like you, when you're 40, you're
She said her time is more valuable than yours. Y'all think that? You, as a man, do you think a woman's time is more valuable than yours? I find that. Yeah, I don't buy that at all. There's no way there's no way your time is more valuable than mine. There's no way. If your time is more valuable than mine, if I felt like that, I probably wouldn't date you, because I would never want to operate in a deficit, because then you have the advantage. But I mean, let's keep it. I don't believe that no woman I date's time is more valuable than mine. If that's the way you feel, you can honestly kick rocks. But we'll continue.
in the peak of.
Bitches are still gonna want me when I'm 40. That's not the same for you though.
No, I mean, like, I get expired faster.
We know.
So my
But to be fair, what she's saying, which is I think is a decent argument. What she's saying is, because I'm a woman, she's saying that because I'm a woman, and as time goes on, my value diminishes. My time is more valuable because you got all your life to deal with women and whatnot. I don't. However, my comeback to that is simply, then just don't. If you feel that way, then don't accept the trip. Don't accept the trip. You'll happily accept the trip, but you feel like your time is too valuable. You do realize that's time spent too. So you're okay. You okay with spending the hours, the days flying out with a man you're not interested in sleeping with, but you don't have enough time to spend them 10 minutes getting your ass cheeks clapped. That don't make sense to me. You got to make that make sense.
of my time is more, like, expensive. Like, I should be picky and careful on whom I spend to. And if I give you my time, it's already like a treasure.
Then don't accept the trip. Don't accept the trip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I can choose one of the other
So does that
99.
mean that you don't respect the fact that the man spent his hard-earned time and
I
money to
give
bring
him
you out
my
there in the first
female
place?
energy. I give him my
Listen to me.
time.
The only female energy we want as a man is the busting nuts.
It's not
You know what I'm
true.
saying? That's all we want.
That's
So, like,
why you would call, like, escort or sorry.
No, I'm saying, like, if a man spends his hard-earned time and money to fly you out, you don't think the least you could do? You think that your feminine
I don't
energy
think
is
so.
enough?
Yes.
Fucking
I
retarded.
know my value.
I know my
That's
value.
retarded. If you really genuinely think that, there's some retarded shit to say. You think that your feminine energy is the equivalent of a man who spent his time
Absolutely.
and money to fly you out and spend his time to entertain you and pay for your time
Have you watched
while you're there?
the movie where she was like amused?
Niggas don't give a fuck about that movie, nigga.
No, like the girl, she has this nice tattoo muse. Like when she was just staying home and everybody was bringing her gifts and diamonds, like man, gifts, dying for her attention.
She's talking about a movie. And this goes back to, like I said, one of my missions is to kind of marry the arts with these conversations on the podcast, because I think they forget about the arts. And this is a prime example of how the arts affect the mind. This woman brought up a movie and tried to equate that shit to real life. Sweetheart, in real life, there are no men lining up to bring flowers to some woman because they think she's special or some shit. That's not how real life works. I don't know where you well, I was about to lie and say I don't know where you got that from, but clearly you just said where you got it from. They take movies and stuff like that to the heart. This is why I say the arts are important. I think a lot of these podcasts and these traditionals, they forget about the arts and they don't take it seriously enough. Meanwhile, the left or the right or whatever, the left or the liberals or whatever you call them, they have control over it. And they have effect on people because they watch it and they take it to heart. Like romantic movies and stuff like that. Women take that shit to heart. They see stuff like that and they think that's how relationships supposed to go. So I just want to point that out really quick.
Because she was inspiration, like
real quick, because you're asking her this. I want to make sure that how many girls agree with her? Raise your hands for the girls that agree with her. I just want to get a temperature. Don't puss out now. Don't puss out now. I know some of y'all agree with her.
Listen, I'm not agreeing. I just feel like it's expected. I'm like, honest to God, I've never been flown out because I know that's expected and I just don't want to do it. Yeah, like,
so you got somebody with a brain, okay? It's expected. So if you don't want to do it, then you don't get flown out. It's just that simple. But why would you take the trip knowing that the guy's trying to clap some cheeks? Oh, my time. You wasn't thinking about your time when you accepted the trip. You spent more time flying out here knowing the guy wanted the cheeks, knowing you was going to put yourself in a situation like you don't know what that guy could be doing. You don't know what his mindset is. You get out there, he thinking it's understood, he finna get some cheeks. And you get out there and you're like, nah, because my time is more valuable. And he might say, you know what? I'm about to end it all and take you with him. You don't know. So you're going to fly out there with a dude that you're not interested in letting into the sweet watery guts. But you spent all that time flying out there and spending time with him. But you ain't got 10 minutes to let the sweet watery guts flow. Come on, man. Like, let's be for real here. Let's be for real.
Let's ask the question one more time. He said, ask it one more time for the people. Just so
I'm trying to say, if a man flies you out and you accept it, are you obligated to have sex with them?
Now, how many women say yes? Raise your hands if you say yes.
Yeah.
Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Yeah, that agree with that. It's yes.
What do you mean flexible out?
Okay, the difference is if you discuss it beforehand, then you're going to run the risk of him saying, okay, I'm not taking you. If you're dumb enough to assume that you're going to go somewhere when he
Hold on, I am going to let you guys each explain your point. I just want to see what everyone's take is so far. Raise your hands if you think the sex is expected and obligated. Yes. Raise a hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the rest of you guys say no. It isn't.
I say it's expected.
So y'all agree, but do y'all agree with her? She's saying no, it's not obligated.
Yeah, I don't think it's obligated.
Okay, so all right, cool. I just want to. So y'all think it's obligated? You guys think it's not?
This side is saying no.
Fine. Yes. That's fine. So be ready to defend your point when he comes to you. That's all. I just want to get a temperature read on the room. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, McQueen. Sorry.
You're kind of retarded. Let's
all right. Why do you think it is not obligated?
I don't think it's obligated just because sometimes people genuinely pay for good-looking company, like on everything. Sometimes you see sometimes you see athletes and like celebrities flying people out just to like be photographed or like.
But what does that have to do with
post on socials and
to be photographed like on some Jeffrey Dahmer shit?
not like that. But like if there's someone like an athlete, I have a friend that was just flown out to Cancun
Okay.
And nothing happened. It was just like 30 girls in a house with these athletes, literally like completely
Okay, but that's
separate
simps.
vacations, and they were just there for the Instagram pictures.
Okay.
Oh
but
no,
what
no, no,
about,
no,
like,
no,
a
no. That's not
one-on-one
simps.
situation? Like,
That's not simps. They needed girls to make the venue more appealing, to bring the rich niggas out. Like, let's keep it a bean. All right.
say I'm like, hey,
But one of those 30 girls got fucked. Come on, man.
for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Precisely.
surprised. I mean, I can only speak for my friend because I know her.
All
But
he's doing is bringing a plethora of options.
No.
I mean,
But he made a very good point. One-on-one. What would you do?
Like if I was to be like, if I hit you up and I was like, hey, we were talking in the DMs, I got your number, we were talking, whatever. I'm like, hey, you know, I want to fly you out, and you accepted it.
okay, listen, that's circumstantial because if you go and the guy's like a total like lame, like whack, terrible time, not obligated whatsoever. Even if he is a good time and
That's a
like
good
you guys end
argument.
up hitting it off, still not obligated. But I mean, like,
So okay,
it would be expected.
so
at
let's
that
say
point.
this. Let me answer this. If we're talking, you know, I've shown you nothing but good vibes. Okay, we're texting, whatever, and I'm like, hey, I want to fly you out, and you're like, yeah, all right, cool, you know. And then you come over there and you just said right now that even if you do have a good time, you're still not obligated, right? Am I obligated to send your ass back?
If you want to, sure.
I'm not gonna send your ass
Here's the
back.
thing. Here's the truth
You-
about it. Here's the truth about it. Obligation is a strong word. I sort of see where the ladies are coming. Like, obligated is a strong word. Now I understand why the ladies are hung up on that. But it's like, you know, as if you think like an adult, which, you know, you're assuming you're talking to adults, you know, if a man is trying to fly you out, he's not flying you out for charity, sweetheart. He's not flying you out to get to know you. I mean, he'll do that in the process, but he's flying you out to catch some cheeks. I mean, that's just the facts. So if you come knowing that and you decide, you know, not to do it, you're taking advantage of the situation. And that's why the word obligation is being used, because let's continue.
So are you gonna get mad at me and call me a piece of shit nigga if I say I don't want to pay for your flight to get back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think that I have the right to call you a piece of shit bitch if you don't give me some pussy?
No.
You could call me whatever you want.
I'm not saying I would genuinely call you that, but like I'm saying, like if I thought that, like if my position on you was like, I really don't give a fuck about this bitch at this point, because like if I showed you a good time, I spend my whole, because like what Myron Fresh talk about all the time, like you guys don't understand how much, you know, time and effort and, you know what I'm saying, work it takes for a man to even get to the position to be able to one, to even get a girl's attention to want to fly her out, and then two, to have the money to actually buy it to fly her out. And then on top of it, have the time, you know, to even show her a good time while she's there, while still being able to continue to make money at the same time and entertain her. And then you don't give me some pussy. Like, I just feel like girls don't even really understand what it takes for a man to even get in the position to do that. So like for you to say that, you know, you're not obligated, you're right. You're not obligated, but I'm also not obligated to fly you back.
Totally in the right.
No, 100%. I agree. I'll
yeah.
pay my own flight back if it's like that.
That's right.
it.
But you seem upset though about it.
All right,
No.
so
Yeah.
you also said a woman isn't obligated. Go ahead, shoot. Why do you say so?
No, I just feel like if I don't want to, I don't have to. Like I'm
Right.
not, because you flew me out. Okay, cool. Like I
Right.
can buy my own flight, but that's great. If we're talking, listen, at the end of the day, if you're gonna fly me out and I decide to go, 100%, like I like you. That's at the end of the day, it's what's gonna happen.
Right.
But if we, how she said, we go and we don't vibe, and it's
So
like,
if it's
why
gonna
you actually met a
happen,
person
like-
I don't like you, like I'm not.
If it's gonna happen, like, I mean, why would you be taking trips to go and see somebody you don't like that? Now, if you get there and dude's a total creep, he's not the person he claimed to be, that's one thing. Okay. You get there, maybe bruh is broke. He spent his last on your he spent his last on your flight. And so when he get there, y'all broke, y'all eating noodles. Okay, man, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you get to his house, he got roaches or something. Maybe he ain't brushing his teeth or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he used filters during the FaceTime call and made his teeth look whiter than they actually are. You get there, the motherfuckers is buttery yellow. I don't know. So that's why it's like I struggle saying obligated. I don't think you're obligated, but it's because I mean if you get there and dude's a creep, You know what I'm saying? You get there, dude told you he was 6'1", right? Dude told you he was 6'1" on them FaceTime calls. And you get there and you're like, nigga, I done talked to some 6'1" niggas before. I'm pretty sure you're 5'7". Stop it. I don't think, I think she has every right. If you mislead her, right? I think she has every right to be like, nah, I ain't busting nothing open. This ain't the person I signed up to see.
Not obligated.
But she said that if you guys do vibe, she's still not gonna give you some pussy.
I did not say
That you just said right now. Even no. You just said right now. Even if I go over there and I do vibe, and when everything's good, I'm still not obligated.
That's
what
no
you said.
obligation.
Yeah, I said.
There's
I
just
said
no
it wasn't
obligation.
obligated. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
expected.
there is a situation
Expected
where
and
like you
obligated
would.
is different.
Okay, so like there is a situation where you can picture yourself going there, having a great time, eating this nigga's food, using up all his money, all this shit, and not giving him some pussy. And you can see yourself doing that to somebody and not feeling no type of way about it.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, sorry.
You a savage. Damn. Holy.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
What about you?
And then you said you said not obligated because what was the exact reasoning again?
No, I mean, you're not obligated. There's no law. Like, you flew me out. We didn't sign any contract type of thing. Like, if you hit it off,
Okay.
it's great. Like I said, like, I would never, I know it's expected. We're not stupid. Like, a girl's like, oh, he wants to fly me out. Like, no, you obviously know he's trying to hit.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. But
Yeah.
Okay.
you're not obligated to do it. There's no, like,
So
force.
it's contingent upon vibes to you. Okay.
All the vibes.
Okay.
So there's an unspoken riz.
I'm so sick of that
Is it not
goddamn
unspoken?
word. I'm so sick of that damn word. Vibes. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear it no more. It's all about the vibes. Jesus Christ. Who started that shit? Was that 2 Chainz songs? God damn.
Spoken like contract. If that happens, it's unspoken. You don't gotta say it.
No, I just think, listen, it's 2023. We're not stupid. Like, a guy flies you out, you already know, like, what they want. Everybody knows what they want. You're not, like, if you're to say, like, he flew me out, like, he just wants to hang out, like, you're dumb. Like, I'm
No,
sorry.
that's facts.
Or she's just using the
What about
situation.
You said you also agreed that a woman is not obligated. Why do you say that?
Yeah, I think it is expected. However, I do not think it's obligated. I think that, like, obviously if someone were to fly you out, for me personally, like, I think it's a case by case basis, but for me, if I were to get on a plane to go see somebody and, like, alter my schedule to go spend time with somebody, I would have to really like them. So if I really like them, maybe we would have sex. Like, if
Goddamn,
that's what
maybe.
happened,
There you go.
then yeah, I mean, like, if that's what happened, then we would have sex. Yeah. But, like, I personally would never get on a plane for somebody that I'm, like, unsure about, which maybe when I
boom.
get there, then
Boom, boom, boom. It's just that easy. Why would you get on a plane for somebody you're unsure about? What I advise, I don't advise you fly anybody out, to be honest with you. What I advise you do is you make her fly herself out. You know what I'm saying? I would personally just say, hey, listen, let me know when you're in town. You know what I'm saying? Just whenever you got time and you want to come out here, you know what I'm saying? You come out here and I got you. Don't say exactly what you got. Don't tell her, oh, yeah, you pay for your flight out here. You know what I'm saying? No, you just tell her, hey, listen, if you want to come see me, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know when you're in town. Just let me know when you plan on coming. And I got you. I got you on everything. That way, she's taking a risk. She's invested. So there's no feeling of being used or none of that, or you know what I'm saying, or no misconstruing. That way, there's no obligation. She pays for her flight, right? She comes down and she lets you know, hey, I'm gonna be down there in 2 weeks. Okay, you make sure your schedule open. She come down here. Okay, you know she done paid her way to come out here and come see you. Bet. Now you can reimburse her for her flight, right? Pay for her way back. You know, and at that point, you know she came to see you. So you know it was genuine. So you at that point, you gotta pay for you let her pay for her own flight and then you reimburse her. That's what I advise you do. If you pay for her flight, the thing is, what I've come to learn about these dating situations is expectations breed contempt and situations. The less expectations you have, that's why like I don't go on dates. I make plans for myself and I invite women out. I do not ask women out on dates. I you know what I'm saying? We talking and I make a plan to go somewhere and I ask them to be my plus one. Hey, I'm going to this spot right here. You want to come? And that's it. Ain't no, hey, can I take you out? Nah. Because that creates expectations and obligations, you know what I'm saying, and miscommunications. Expectations, obligations, and miscommunications. And we don't need none of that. If you just, and it's the same thing with, you know, the flights. Okay. If she pay her way to come out to where you are, you know she's invested. So you can feel good about making sure she's taken care of. And if she pay her way, and that's regardless of what happens too. Like if she pay her way to come out there and you don't pay her way, you like reimburse her, I'm gonna look at you funny. That's my personal opinion. I'm gonna look at you funny. Cause she took a risk to come out there and see a dude, you know, I don't know if it's the first time, if you just out there scamming women, telling them to pay for their flight to come see you, and you just leaving them hanging, not paying for their flights, not paying for their hotels. Yeah, I don't condone that.
Let's go. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby.